keep the music playing.
In the News 10 newsroom, I'm Alyssa Riggs. A crash yesterday morning on US 281 south of Hamilton has left 2 young women dead and another passenger in critical condition. Investigators say 21-year-old Tavajin Capers of Killeen lost control of her Mazda, veering off the roadway, striking a tree, and catching fire. Passengers 20-year-old Jessica Ludwig and 20-year-old Jalea Stevenson, both from Killeen, were ejected and pronounced dead at the scene. Capers, who had minor injuries, is charged with 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter and is in custody. A 4th passenger is in critical condition at Baylor Scott & White Hospital. The crash is still under investigation. The high winds this weekend didn't scare people away from the second year of tulip picking at the Robinson family farm. If you're not into tulips, there's an array of food trucks and other activities to keep everyone busy. This weekend, the owners are hoping for better weather. From the News 10 newsroom, I'm Alyssa Riggs.
The transition of the seasons is happening across central Texas. Well, no doubt you felt the breezy winds of recent. Those are going to be sticking around as we push our way into this work week. But today, a quiet day of weather for you. Morning temperatures starting out in the 30s. Chilly, but will warm up into the mid-70s this afternoon with lots of sunshine overhead. Mid-40s tomorrow morning out the door. We're close to 80 in the afternoon with breezy south winds returning. Those south winds will be sticking around ahead of a cold front that'll be pushing through on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, there could be a couple of storms with that front, mainly east of I-35 in the afternoon. Storm chances Wednesday near 30%. From KWTX, I'm First Alert meteorologist Sean Bellafieri.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday. Can you believe it? And this is our show number 46 of the Zack Owen Show, brought to you by Weichert Realtors, the Eastland Group, and also by Be Kind Coffee down on Washington. Charles, my buddy, is over here. We call him Santa Charles in the office. Ho, ho, ho. So that was your cue, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
We're going to talk to Charles about mortgage, interest rates, financing, things like that this morning on our show. Important things we have for you. Plus, we got great music lined up, but we're going to kick it off as we do every morning here on the Zack Owen Show with our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Back live on a Monday morning. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. My weekend was pretty much real estate related, showing a couple of properties, having an open house. But I do want to say, send a shout out to friends up in Waxahachie and around the racetrack up there. They had some pretty bad tornadoes over the weekend and some real heavy hail and damages. So hopefully everything's okay up that way. Today here in Waco in Central Texas, listen to this, Charles. Sunny, clear, light wind, and 72 degrees.
Come on. That's golf. That's golf weather.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. We should probably go this week.
Let's go. Let's go straight from here. You know, we call Charles Santa Charles in the office because during the holidays, as you can see, he's got his coat on. There you go. He's Santa Claus during that time. And about how many, this is completely off the topic today, but during the holidays, during Christmas time, about how many gigs, how many jobs do you do?
I would say probably pushing about 24 or so, only because I still have full-time work, right? There's a lot of older gentlemen.
Woo! Hello, we're rocking out.
That's pretty awesome right there.
It's awesome. We have a jukebox at Backyard, and we never know when it's going to come on. Oh, wait, there it goes. It just went off. Okay,
so to answer the
sorry
question,
about that.
Yeah, no worries. A little background music for Santa Claus. I'd say about 24 or so, only because I still do the full-time work in the mortgage business and real estate stuff. And so I only accepted gigs this past year in the evenings or on the weekends. And so
you were telling me back during the holiday time that you know guys that do a lot. I mean, it was, I couldn't believe it when you told me.
I know some guys that start in October with stuff, and I pretty much wait till after November to start accepting phone calls. And I get a lot of their schedule fills up. So they're like, hey, can you go do this? And I'm like, of course I can, if it's in the evenings and the weekends. Right. And so it's fun though. I mean, the biggest joy, and Carrie, my wife, dresses up as Mrs. Claus sometimes. And the biggest joy is those kids when they just run. You just see their face light up, and you don't really understand it until you can see it from this view. And when Carrie saw it the very first time, she was like, now I know why you do this.
Why you do this. I remember when back when Goodfellas were doing their big Christmas thing in December for the kids. The first one where they ever, it was at Outback Steakhouse is where it was. And on the parking lot right next door, they would fly in Santa Claus by way of helicopter. And my dear friend who passed away several years ago, Cooch, we call him Cooch, Charles, same first name, Kucharowski from West. Charles played Santa Claus. And this helicopter had a bubble glass, whatever, front. So you could see everything in the cockpit from down on the ground when it got closer.
Wow.
And man, those kids, we tell them, come line up. Now stay back here behind this, wave at Santa, yell at him. He won't come down to you. And it was just so great. And then as that helicopter would come in and you could see Santa, just like you said, the kids would go nuts.
One of the very first gigs that I did back when my daughter worked at Bubba's, they brought me in on a fire truck.
Oh,
that was pretty amazing. And they went all the way around, sirens going, and they had kids all lined up out front. And that was the first like big entrance.
Yeah,
man, this is going to be a fun thing. So,
but here's what I'm thinking. What's even bigger than a helicopter is reindeer. Why don't you just come in with your reindeer?
Well, I tell every kid, the reindeer only show up one night a year. They have to get 364 good nights of rest so that they can fly, extremely fast.
Those reindeer are old.
They're pretty old. They need their rest. their knees are getting a little bit, creaking a little bit. So.
Okay, so next Christmas, if you need a really good Santa Claus, Charles is available for that, for big functions.
Absolutely.
McCulloch, right?
McCulloch.
And Charles is really involved in a lot of things. I got to know Charles when I went to work for Wycott Realtors, the Eastland Group. And Charles is in-house. I tell people the easiest way, in-house lending. You are in the same building. You actually have another office as well, but you're in the same building as Wycott Realtors. But since I've got to know you, you've become even a greater part of Wycott Realtors, correct?
That is correct. We are working on the paperwork right now. I say we, it's with the attorneys at this point.
Always with the attorney.
And soon, my wife and I will be partners with Doug and Selena and Ken Castelo and his wife, Diane, owners of Wycott, the Eastland Group. And so we're pretty excited about that. When the paperwork, all the T's get crossed, I's get dotted, we'll be ready to roll.
Yeah, I think that's great. That's going to be a great thing for you guys and a great thing for the agents. But what we really want to talk about right now, as an agent back before the election, you would talk to people and 99% would say, hey, we're waiting on the election. Then after the election and President Trump was elected, we're waiting on the interest rates to go down. And I think that's the big thing, is interest rates. So we're going to talk interest rates, mortgage, some tips on how to fix your credit, all kinds of things. Now is a great time to buy a home. Interest rates have dropped, 7 or 8 days, or
last few weeks they've crept down a little bit. So since you are a realtor and all, the voice of real estate, mind
that's
you,
right, the voice.
Do you know when the best time to buy a house was?
Any day.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. You know when the second best time to buy is?
When?
Right now.
Really?
Right now. Absolutely. Because appreciation is real. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes as well. But appreciation is real. And that's the way generational wealth is built. So many times, grandparents want to leave their kids and their grandkids something, and it comes through real estate almost all the time.
Right. That's amazing. 20 years ago. All right, we're going to continue to talk with Charles. We've got great music coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Lucas John Turner is going to be on our backyard stage. By the way, we are coming to you live from our new location of the show the last couple of weeks here at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. It's Monday morning, going to be a beautiful day, and we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
The TV blares, but no one cares. They be in the heart of Texas. Here we go.
Find Life as a Song at Instagram, roguemedianetwork.com, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science, take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this is your Bloody Happy Hour. Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody happy hour.
At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Justice Pending,
a weekly true crime podcast where we discuss tantalizing crimes with more questions than answers.
Thanks for joining us.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Engels 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Hey, we are back live, Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, downtown Waco on 8th Street. We got great music at the 9 o'clock hour. Charles is with us right now from over at, now, what is the actual name of I know we have the Eastland Group, Weichert Realtors, but what is the name of your mortgage company?
So we just call it the McCulloch Mortgage Team.
How simple is that?
I mean, it's just like the Zack Owen show, the McCulloch Mortgage Team. It just makes it simple, makes it easy.
You probably spent money on some big PR firm to find that name, just like we did.
Yeah.
They
said, hey, just take your name.
Okay. Since we were talking about appreciation and things like that, and let's continue talking about that.
Okay. So the big thing with real estate is it appreciates in value. That just means it always goes up, right? A lot of people right now are using objections like, I'm going to wait till prices come down. And that's just not a reality.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. They're consistently, reading from reports and things that we read daily, they're consistently moving up at about 3% annually, maybe get as high as 5%. Now, about 3, 4, 5 years ago, that appreciation was super high, anywhere from 18 to 22%. And so that's where the real, the wealth was made. But here's what really happened back then that we're reaping, now, right? So if somebody bought a $250,000 house 4 years ago, with a 3% appreciation, that $250,000 house is worth about $280,000. And so the easy math is 250 times 1.03, do that 4 times, about $280,000.
Hang on a second, I'm still calculating.
Yeah.
Mike, can you help me over here?
I got it right here for you.
Oh, you got
it. Calculator, right?
Okay.
So here's what happened 4 years ago. To buy that $250,000 house, you had to pay more to get that $250,000 house. And so if you paid $275,000 for that house, 4 years ago, it's only worth $280 now. Now you're still in the positive, right? You're still a little bit of money. However, if now is your time to sell, you have to reevaluate a few things, right? Because you still have closing costs on the seller side. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't know that. And so you've got your regular fees, title fees, realtor fees, all the things that it takes to sell a house. And so if your house, if you bought it for $275 and it's worth $280, it's going to take more than $5,000 to sell the house.
Right.
And so even though we've had great appreciation, if you paid more than the value of the house 4 years ago, then now you have to evaluate, is it really the best time to sell? I was reading an article yesterday, and the article said 80% of sellers are nervous to sell because they think they have to take a low ball offer. And the deal is, your low ball offer on your house is different than my low ball offer on my house. But the reality is, when you work with a professional real estate agent, when you work with a realtor, they're going to help you identify how much can your house sell for. And if you're working with a realtor as a buyer, they're going to help you understand how much you should offer on that house to be fair and honest to both parties, so that everybody can win in that situation. Now, that doesn't mean this $280,000 house that we're talking about a minute ago, that doesn't mean Mr. Seller sell it for $300,000. That market isn't here anymore. And what we really have to do is work together as a team. Real estate agent, title, mortgage broker, homeowners insurance agent. Everybody has to work together so that everybody can win in that situation. And everybody's win is a little bit different.
And that's why it is so important to, of course, for the seller side to have a real estate agent, but for the buyer side to have that real estate agent. You want somebody that represents you, that's on your team, that's looking out for your best interest.
Absolutely.
So that's very, very important. Talking with Charles, you know who's coming up in just a few minutes? My friend Nashville Cat will be here to visit with us about what's happening in country music news. But right now, we're going to break away. We're going to play a classic video. We'll be right back.
There's a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day, along with sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes can still a sailor from the sea. Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name of a man that Brandy loves. He came on a summer's day bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear he couldn't stay. No harbor was his home. The sailor said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my lover, my lady is the sea. Yeah, Brandy used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor story. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. She saw its rage and glory. But he had always told the truth. Lord, he was an honest man. And Brandy does her best to understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brandy walks through a silent town. Loves a man who's not around. She still can't hear him say. She hears him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my lover, my lady is the sea. Yeah, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love,
Monday morning, Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. That's our location for the Zack Owen Show. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Today is show number 46. And Charles is with me this morning talking about mortgage, interest rates, appreciation, the whole 9 yards about that. You know, I think just as a general public, if you're a first-time home buyer or maybe even buying your second home, it's been a while, you're thinking, oh man, I gotta come up with 20% and I gotta do this and my credit has to be perfect. But that's not always the case, right?
That's rarely the case. And so,
that's almost a perfect. If you have 20% to put down and you have a great credit score, that's a ding,
unicorn.
ding, ding.
Yeah, absolutely.
So explain to us what you can and cannot have.
Right. So I think the biggest myth in all of real estate is you have to put 20% down. And the reason is because your grandparents or your grandparents' parents put 20% down, right? And when you put 20% down, you don't have mortgage insurance. Well, people think mortgage insurance is this big bad animal and it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And sometimes it's just the opposite. It costs, I was running some numbers this weekend for an offer that was going out, and it was like $30 a month for mortgage insurance. And I'm just like, it just makes more sense to not put 20% down and keep more money in your pocket. When it comes to the down payment, though, I'd say on average locally, we're probably around a 3 to 5%. With an FHA loan, you got 3.5%. The USDA loan and the VA loan, as many people know, but not everybody, it is a $0 down payment requirement. And the VA loan, obviously for veterans, and the USDA loan has a very defined map on, you have to be outside this area for a USDA loan, and it's a $0 down. And so those are big pieces there, but 3 to 5% is probably a good budget for people to think about regarding how much do I really need to put down on a house.
Now, tell us, for folks that have never used the mortgage insurance, what is mortgage insurance when you say $30 a month? What is that? What is that?
Mortgage insurance protects the lender or the investor in the event of a default. So it's not something, if you bought a house and you're paying mortgage insurance, you have to pay it, but you don't reap the rewards of it. It insures the loan to the investor, and it's just a premium that you pay, just like you would pay any of your insurance premiums. It's just included in the mortgage as well. So it's not something that you get to shop or you get to look at and evaluate if it's the best option. It is the option, and that's what it is. And so that's what you get. You don't get to choose on that one.
Yeah. All right, we're going to continue to talk to Charles about this very interesting topic. It is a lot of times people will say in the real estate business, spring is in the air, and that's when everybody's looking at buying or selling. So we're going to talk about this topic some more here. Right now, we're going to switch over, and we're going to find out what's happening in country music news. Time for Nashville Cat. Hey, Cat.
Today's edition of Nashville Cat on the Zack Owen Show Live is brought to you by Be Kind Coffee. Be Kind Coffee's ultimate goal is to promote kindness. 1534 Washington Avenue. Sit down and stay a while. Be Kind Coffee is open Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. BeKindCoffeeCrew.com.
Carrie Underwood was home watching the American Idol premiere last night with one of her chickens wrapped in a blanket on her lap. Carrie said it wasn't feeling well and was egg-bound, which means she can't lay an egg because it's stuck inside her. This weekend, Jake Owen showed off his 2 German Shepherds. The oldest is Axel, and when his brother Buffett was a tiny puppy, Axel bit the top of his left ear off. Finally, John Party's wife just posted a photo of their oldest daughter, Presley, in a yellow dress. Presley looks exactly like John, and the caption read, "In case you wanted to know what John Party would look like in a dress." I'm Nashville Cat on the Zack Owen Show.
Nashville Cat, Monday through Friday, right here on the Zack Owen Show. Thank you so much, Cat. Charles is with us this morning talking about, right now we're talking about mortgage insurance and about how much you have to put down. And I think that's so important that for years, it's been kind of, like you said, our grandparents have drilled it in our head.
Yeah.
We got to have 20%. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. And that's a lot of money.
It really is.
Well, you don't have to. Think about 3 to 5%. Mortgage insurance, not that expensive. Just call Charles up, and Charles can help you understand that a little bit more.
Absolutely. Just an easy phone call, evaluate. Let's talk about your financial position, see what makes sense for you, and let's work on a game plan. That's the biggest thing. I think people need to plan for what that looks like.
You know, I mentioned this about your credit score or your credit. It's funny because years ago, when I was younger, you never heard on TV or radio or whatever the word credit score. I didn't even know what a credit. Now every other commercial is, we can help you with your credit score. The better credit. Blah, 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 blah. What is a credit score, and is it really that important?
Well, the answer is yes. A credit score is a debt management score is really what it comes down to, because all of the variables inside what calculates your score revolve around debt. And so I'm going to give you an easy, simple hack. So parents, this is what my wife and I did for our daughters as they got to be 18 years old. And the reason we did it was because she needed a credit score for her first apartment.
Right.
And so what we did is we put them on a credit card as an authorized user, and they don't have the credit card. They don't get the credit card, but they reap all of the benefits that Carrie and I have done by having a high balance opportunity with a low balance on the credit card and consistent payments, never late, those kind of things. And so both of our daughters, 18 and 22 years old, we have a younger one as well. She's not on the authorized user plan yet. But both of them have, 800 plus credit scores because we did that. The reason it makes more of a difference for them is because as they grow older, they have to pay their own insurance, own car insurance. And it significantly impacts how much their insurance is going to be for them at an age of, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. And so the credit score, though, is the easy way to say it is it's a debt management score, helps financial institutions, insurance institutions to understand, are you going to pay your bills?
Yeah.
Are you going to pay them late?
Yeah.
Are you going to pay them at all? Right. Yeah. Another hack it's easier said than done, and I understand that, is on your credit cards, get the balance down below 10%. So if you have a $10,000 allowable limit, have the balance under $1,000. And again, I know that that's easier said than done. A lot of times I have to help people understand, when you have a $3,000 limit and you've charged $3,300, that hurts your credit score. That's telling financial institutions, I'm going to spend more than you're allowing me to spend, and I'm not being responsible managing my debt.
Right. So you're not in good shape if you've gone over your credit.
Absolutely not in good shape if you've gone over. And if you've got 3 or 4 of those, you're definitely not in good shape.
Okay, Charles, can I borrow some money to pay mine down? It's a little bit, but yeah, that's so important. But I love that hack about putting your kids on your credit card. Just don't give them one.
Yeah.
And anybody 18, 19, 20, 21 that's listening right now will go, what the hell?
Yeah.
I want a credit card. Give me a credit. No.
I remember when I went to college way back when, there were people lined up at student orientation in a room kind of like this. And there was tables, little booths, if you will. And they were giving away shirts and cups and koozies and stuff like that if you signed up for their credit card. And I just felt like, that is so bad. Like, why are we trying to help these people get into debt on top of probably student loan debt? Right. And so, and it hurts people more than it helps people.
Yeah. All right. Let's take it farther. So I have a borderline, say I've got a borderline credit score and I do want to buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do to improve in a certain period of time? What can I do on my side to make my credit score better?
So that's a great question. And we get that question all the time, right? My score's a 675, but I want to get above a 680. What do I need to do? Most of the time, that's pay your credit card debt down. Most of the time. Very rarely is it go get another credit card. In fact, I've never seen it to be go get another credit card to make your credit score go higher. Most of the time it's instead of an 80% of your limit, let's get it down to 50% and see your credit score boost at that point. Now, there's a lot of sometimes derogatory things on people's credit that they don't even know about.
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
With some of the new rules and stuff that came out recently at the end of last year, middle last year, with the medical debt reporting, sometimes that didn't fall off. And so any kind of collection account, just a lot of times people don't know what's on there. And so my encouragement is find a credit report with whatever source you choose and evaluate what's on there.
Aren't you allowed one free report a year?
That's what I hear. Yes.
I think so. You get one free from whoever it might be, Equifax or
Experian or somebody. And you can actually, I think all 3 credit bureaus will allow you to log into their site and get that one free report. And I encourage that because it's probably not as clean unless you are above 800 credit score. There might be just one thing that's driving it down that you don't even know about. An old bill from a cable company from 15 years ago that's just sitting there that nobody knew about.
I had years ago, I checked mine and there was a residence in Florida. I never lived in Florida, and it was like I said, didn't pay the last month rent or something like that. And I go, I've never lived in Florida, and they fixed it, took it off.
So sometimes there are companies that will help clean up credit, and we have some relationships with companies that will help you do that. And it's stuff like that you're like, hey, I never lived in Florida. Why is this there? And sometimes it's worth the little bit of cost it takes to clean up your credit and make sure that it's a reputable company. They've got great reviews and they have results. That's the big thing, is they have results.
Right.
Because sometimes you're going to sign up for something online. You were talking about online a little while ago. If you sign up for something online, you may never see or talk to a person, and they'll just go dispute everything. And it just goes, you think it goes away because when they do a dispute, it removes that item from the equation. And so your credit score may go up. But then when you go to do something, you have to remove that dispute. When you remove that dispute, it makes your score go back down. And so they have to do more than just send out a dispute. They actually have to clean it up and do some stuff.
Right. So if I was listening right now and I said, I really want to buy a house, what is the, hate to use the word, bare minimum good credit score that I need to buy a house?
Well, and for you, it probably needs to be an 805.
Yeah. Probably.
So that's a very loaded question because everybody's a little bit different. I will tell you that we have been, for example, a VA loan does not have a credit score requirement. And since they don't have a credit score requirement, we've been able to help people in the 500s. With an FHA loan, the FHA guidelines allow you to go down to a 500 credit score, but you have to put more money down, right? You have to understand they're taking a little bit of risk. You're going to put more money down. So typically, if it's under about 580, you're putting 10% down with an FHA loan. If it's over 580, you're looking at 3.5%. But just understand that the lender, the investor that's giving you that $300,000 as a loan, is going to have some additional requirements when your credit score is low.
Right.
It's not going to be just, sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be, hey, we got to provide a little bit more documentation and explanation for what's going on.
I got it. All right. We're talking about interest rates coming up in just a bit. And so far we've talked about everything that's way over my head. But Charles can make it seem so easy when he tells you about it. What's a good phone number or a way to reach out to you, Charles, during your business time?
So there's 2 different phone numbers, but I'm going to give your listeners my direct cell phone number just to make it simple for them. So write this down if you don't have a pen, or pause the show after the number, but it's 254-744-4627, 254-744-4627. And feel free to shoot me a text message if I'm doing events like this, or if I'm doing a visit with a home buyer, then I want to make sure that I get back to you. And so I may not always answer the phone because I do appointments, but I definitely will reach back out. If you shoot me a text message, I'll make sure to respond as quick as I possibly can.
All right. Sounds good. Hey, we got lots more to talk about. If you're thinking about buying a home, we want you to stick around with us. Today, going to be a beautiful day. Light wind, sunshine, clear sky, 72. It's going to be a gorgeous day today. My friend Lucas John Turner, great musician. He's in the house. He's getting set up. After 9 o'clock, we'll hear some great music from him. Big thank you to Weichert Realtors, our big sponsor of the Zack Owen Show. And also thanks to Be Kind Coffee for providing our coffee. Charles is partaking in it. I am too. Be Kind is on Washington Avenue. They're open till about 6 o'clock in the evening. Going to play a classic video right now. More music video. We'll be back in just a minute.
Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy. Grandpa, take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy. Did lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may? Is promise really something people can't, not just something they would say? Families really bow their heads to pray, daddies really never go away. Oh, oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Everything is changing fast. We call it progress, but I just don't know. And Grandpa, let's wander back into the past, then paint me the picture of long ago. Lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may. Promise really something people can't, not just something they would say and then forget. Families really bow their heads to pray, daddies really never go away. Tell me about the good old days. Oh, oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Families really bow their heads to pray, daddies really never go away.
Talking about Chris Cox here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, incredible golfer. Chris, we were playing last week, and I got a story to tell you about golf. We were in over in Hawaii on vacation, and we went to this golf course called Ko'olina, which is beautiful. It's on the west side of Oahu, and they paired me up with a guy that was going to ride with me, and close to the same age, super nice guy. He lived in Denver, and we didn't know who the other two people were. You know, it's a random deal until you show up. And I'm not a really good golfer, so it always is intimidating. Are they good? Are they bad? So we roll up to the first hole, and we're sitting there going, I wonder where the other two guys are. About that time, here comes a golf cart. And in the golf cart is a 10-year-old boy and his dad with flip-flops on and T-shirts. And they roll up, and they come up and they go, well, how's this going to go? That's what they said. And the guys with it going, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, we've never played before in our lives. And this is an expensive golf course. Number one, I was shocked they let them on.
Yeah.
In flip-flops and a T-shirt. But anyway, they ended up, we called the golf shop, and they said, just go on, leave them. Y'all go. So we ended up doing it. But that was a shocker.
That's a fun one.
When nobody's ever looked at me and go, we've never played before, which is okay. They're probably just as good as I am.
Yeah.
But
hole in one, first shot.
That's it. Charles is with me right now talking about, we're talking about mortgage and mortgage insurance and your credit score and things like that. We've given you a few tips on how to improve your credit, a few tips on young 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, how you can help them out as parents and get them on the right track. Now let's talk about interest rates. And you were saying 20 years ago was a great time, and now's a great time. I remember, what was the highest that you can recall in modern time that you can recall? The
interest
highest
rates?
Yeah.
I definitely help people in the 8s. It depends on the loan product a lot more than people understand.
But I mean, a while back, what's the highest it's been? Was it 12?
12-ish, 13 probably. I've heard of people in the 18s, which, we think that's crazy now. Think about it, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, those grandparents and that paid 20% down, ask them what their interest rate was.
Yeah.
And it's, 6 one way, half dozen another. Gotta figure those pieces out.
So tell us, for those people like me that really don't understand it all kind of gets garbled together. What is an interest rate, and how do you get it? Who comes up with this interest rate?
Well, that's a great question that sometimes gets very difficult to explain in a short time. Here's what I'll tell you. No, we don't control the interest rates. A mortgage broker or mortgage banker, we don't control the interest rates. We are given a rate sheet from our investors, and that's the opportunity that we have. So what I will tell you is the Fed, right, the people that manage the banking system have a baseline interest rate. The Fed, I hate that it's called the Fed because the government does not control it. It's a group that manages our banking system. And when you hear the Fed's lowering the rates, what they're lowering is the baseline rate for short-term loans at your local bank. And that's the rate that banks borrow back and forth with is what that number is. And so the Fed creates that number. Now, I think you and I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. Right now, 97% of the voting members to lower the interest rate in March said it's not going to happen. 84%, I may have got those numbers backwards. It may have been 94 and 87, but it's a lot. Of those voting members also said in their May meeting, the rate will not get cut. Now, we don't control that, right? We have a new president. The president's saying, hey, we want lower rates. Let's do lower rates. He's putting a little bit of pressure on them, but that's not a government-controlled entity.
Right.
And so when we get our interest rates, when our investors set the interest rates, it's on long-term loans, right? It's tied to the 10-year treasury and those kind of things. but it's not something that your mortgage banker or your mortgage broker has a whole lot of control over. It's actually more around what loan product you choose. What are you putting down as your down payment? What does that credit score look like? All those variables. What is your debt to income ratio? Now, that ratio is monthly income coming in, monthly debt going out. How much of that is in effect also? And so there's a lot of variables inside the calculation of getting the interest rate. The biggest opportunity is sit down, have a conversation, understand that the interest rate is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not the entire puzzle. And I think that's a piece that everybody needs to understand a little bit more.
And we could even get more involved, which we probably won't right now, but there's buying points.
Yes.
You can buy points. You can buy your down, which Charles can explain that to you when you talk to him. But let me tell you what we tell people in the real estate business, or we ask our clients, are you pre-approved? Have you talked to a lender, a bank, or whoever it might be? That is the most important. So here's my question to you. I'm sitting at home, my wife and I, we want to buy a house. We think we got pretty good credit. We got some money saved up for a down payment. What's the next step? What do I need to do to get pre-approved?
So again, you are so good with these questions today. It's almost like you have a script or something, but
I really don't.
I know, I'm looking at over there. So most people want to reach out to a realtor first. And the realtor asks those questions. Have you been pre-qualified, pre-approved? Have you talked to a mortgage broker to help you in this process? And then the realtor sends it to the mortgage person. But the real answer should be, have a conversation about the financing first, right? It's just like when you go to buy a car. If you have a conversation with your financing entity first, then when you go to make an offer on a car, you know what to expect.
Or you know what your limit is. You know, you don't want to buy a $50,000 car when really you're only going to borrow 20.
Exactly. Or if you get to the car dealer, they have a financing department that's going to find a way to make it work. And sometimes that's square peg, round hole situations, right? So the answer to the question is, you need to reach out to your local mortgage broker right here. My phone number has been broadcast online. And we want to have a conversation and just find out those details. What does your credit score look like? What does your reserves look like? How much money do you actually have saved that you've allocated for your down payment and closing costs for the loan? Just like we talked earlier, there's closing costs for the seller. There's also closing costs for the buyer. The buyer has to pay for an appraisal, sometimes survey, title fees, bank fees, all that kind of stuff. We have to set up an escrow account. There's so many different pieces we could have a conversation for 2 hours about, but we don't today, because that'll happen when you have a phone call. And it's not a 2-hour conversation. It's just a quick, probably 3 to 5 minute phone call, talk about a few pieces, come by the office. Let's look at numbers together to make sure that it matches your budget. And I think, to me, that's the biggest question that I ask is, what is your budget monthly for a housing payment? And that's the number we need to think about. And I tell people all the time, I have to be able to sleep at night. And if you tell me your budget is $2,500 and you're shopping for houses, it's going to make that payment $3,200. I'm not going to be able to sleep well at night. We need to have another conversation and visit about that.
Right. And you know, there's so many things. We could talk for another hour about this, but there's so many things. First-time home buyers, there's opportunities. We've talked about veterans, opportunities there, a lot of things, and Charles can help you with that. Quick answers. I've learned so much from Charles being around him, learning about this that I wish I would have known 40 years ago when I had to learn the hard way sometimes in my life. But anyway, Charles will help you with that. We're going to talk more about mortgages, interest rates real quick. Plus, Charles is going to give you the bad joke of the day. We'll take a short break, commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shades is your trusted partner in stage lighting, offering a wide range of high-quality, innovative products since 2015. With designs that cater to all needs, fast delivery, and affordable prices, we provide exceptional customer service to ensure your satisfaction. With warehouses across the globe and sales in over 100 countries, Sheds is quickly becoming one of the most recognized names in the stage lighting industry. Visit shehds.com today to discover top-tier stage lighting solutions and become part of our global network.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoallusa.com and elevate your training today.
Chapellex is a full-category shapewear brand dedicated to providing women with exceptional comfort and support. We offer thoughtfully designed solutions that blend style with functionality, empowering women to feel confident and at ease every day. Chapellex is redefining what it means to have a perfect body. Our mission celebrates body positivity, embracing every shape and size, because true beauty lies in authenticity. Visit shapellx.com today and join a movement towards self-love, acceptance, and confidence.
Indulge in Blum's luxurious Lotus Flower Rolls. The green Lotus Roll bursts with a caramel apple flavor, while the blue Lotus Roll offers a smooth berry cream sensation. With our Crush for Flavor technology, enjoy an instant burst of natural, intense flavor anytime you desire. Elevate your experience with the finest creations nature has to offer. Explore the full collection at blumleaf.com. That's BLUUMLEAF.com. Blumleaf. At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com. Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
We're back live, Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, 8th Street, downtown Waco. A great venue, great live music, inside and outside. And speaking of music, we got some great music coming up in just a few minutes on our stage. Charles is with us this morning talking about interest rates, mortgage rates, things like that, because now is the time to buy. Now is the time. And I've said this because I learned this from Charles several weeks ago. Interest rates have come down a bit, but the most important thing is, and he said it first thing, you're not going to see home prices drop all of a sudden out of nowhere. Oh yeah, this house is going to drop 100. No, it's not. Home prices, just like car prices, grocery prices, are going to continue to go up anywhere from 2 to 3% by the end of the year. So do not wait. Take advantage of interest rates and home prices to buy now. All right, Charles. So somebody's watching, listening. 4 things, make a list. What should they do before they buy that home?
So I think the first thing is decide that you want to make that commitment to buy a house, right? If you're going to buy a house, you need to make that commitment, right? With a lease, you get a 6-month lease or a 1-year lease, and that's your only commitment. Well, when you buy a house, you need to understand you probably need to be there for 4 or 5 years. I think the average person moving out is about 7 years. I don't know if that statistic's 100% accurate. It's something I heard from somebody as well. But you need to make that commitment to say, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to raise my kids in this school district. I'm going to plug into this neighborhood, and this is where I'm going to be. Then you need to get pre-qualified. You need to have a phone call with your local mortgage broker, and let's start the game plan and the process to get pre-qualified. That means you need to have your last 2 years of W-2s, your last 2 pay stubs, and your last 2 bank statements handy so that we can start evaluating what your purchasing power is, meaning how much house can you buy? How much do you want to buy? The next piece, once we get that information and that application done, naturally, we're going to evaluate your credit and see which loan program is best. We're going to have that conversation together. We like to give choices and options. And so we want to make sure that they have that. Do we go with an FHA loan or a conventional loan? What direction do we go? So we're going to look at that. Then the next thing is we'll introduce you to a realtor. If you have not spoke to a realtor yet, the mortgage team will introduce you to a realtor so that you'll be able to go shopping for a house and start looking for a house. And so those are the first couple of things that need to happen before you go shop for a house. Let's have those conversations and get the finances in order first.
There it is. Very simple. Call over, talk to Charles. Give us your number again.
254-744-4627. I believe it's also on the bottom of the screen.
Just ask him that question. Say, hey, get me going, get me straight. And he's not going to charge you to get you in the right direction. He'll help you out. He's helped many, many people. I know that just a few months ago had a couple come in. They want to help purchase a home for their son.
Yeah.
Charles helped with getting the young man's credit going in the right direction. So let's put Charles to work today. Thanks so much, buddy, for coming in.
Absolutely.
Before you get out of here, we have to have you tell the bad joke of the day.
The bad joke of the day. So this one's going to come from my daughter, Robin, Styles by Robin, hashtag, however that stuff works. She's a cosmetologist. And my daughter, both my older daughters, and on their cell phones, we have a little bad joke occasionally. And she came up with this one. What do you say if you lose 25% of your roof?
What?
Oof.
Oof.
Thanks, Robin.
Oof. That is our bad joke of the day. Charles, thank you, buddy, for coming in. Appreciate it. And Santa Charles available at holidays, too, for Santa Claus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh.
Lucas John Turner is my guest today. He is from Waco. How long you lived in Waco?
Hey, what's going on, Zach? I've been here about 4 years coming up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here. I've heard your music before, not live in person, but I said, man, I want to get this guy on. And here you are at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in, taking the time.
Hey, thank you so much for having this platform for artists. I watch the show all the time. I've seen my friends and different artists on here, and it's so cool that you're combining, a little bit of information with some live music and kind of just brings the community together. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. That was the whole point of the show. Today is show number 46. And in those 46 shows, we have not repeated our musicians.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
you
is
won't
great.
have to
and we've got more. The great thing about it now is at the very first, I reached out to buddies of mine that have done things for me in the past at the radio station. Now, musicians are reaching out to me saying, hey, I want to be on your show.
That's awesome.
The other day I had a young man reach out and I said, well, we do it Monday through Friday at 9. He goes, oh man, I'm still in school. He said, I guess I'll see you this summer. I said, okay,
all right.
Put me down.
Wake them up and get them in, man.
It's
It's nice early in the morning. Let's go.
Before we went on, I heard you up there playing. You're a heck of a guitar player. I just want to tell you that.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for saying that, man.
When did you learn to play? What age did you really get interested?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. As many people do, I started off at a young age. I would say about 13, 14, and I got grounded one time and I had a guitar in the closet and I was like, you know what? I have nothing to do for the next, foreseeable future. So I picked up the guitar and I don't know what it was, but that time it spoke to me and it's just changed my life. And yeah, just kind of like everyone starts, my dad, he showed me Pink Floyd One of These Days and off the metal album, and my whole life was changed. That's just a short story.
Yeah. But here's the deal. Everybody wants to know, what were you grounded for?
Oh, who knows? Graffiti, cigarettes, bottle rockets, coming home late, maybe leaving the door unlocked, maybe a freezer, letting the cat out. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, the list goes on.
Many people, and I always use Willie Nelson as a great example, they name their guitar.
Right.
Do you have a name for your guitar?
I had a white hummingbird that was called Big Rhonda.
Big Rhonda?
Big Rhonda. And shout out to the guys at Guitar Center. They put a hole in it and didn't tell me and then called me back. And so I ended up getting this one instead. So there you go.
So no name for that one yet?
No. I'm not going to curse it again. And yeah, this is just no name yet. But you know what? I might do that.
We might run a crawler across the screen here. Help name the guitar.
Right. Throw it up.
Name the guitar.
Yeah.
Hey, when's your birthday, Lucas?
Yeah, February 3rd, 1993.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
93. All right, I've got a few here. I want to go over some birthdays. You may recognize some of these. You're a young guy, so you may recognize. 1933, one of the legendary disc jockeys. He also hosted country music television for years. Ralph Emery was born in 33. A legend amongst military and Texas Rangers. Chuck Norris was born in 1940. Holy cow. He's how old? 85 years old and still looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Rubin, who was a record producer, was born in 63. Also in 63, Jasmine Guy, who is an actress. Rod Woodson. Oh, the great Rod Woodson, 1965 NFL player. Also, happy birthday to John Hamm, who is an actor, very popular, born in 71. 1977, Robin Thicke was born. Carrie Underwood was born on this date in 1983. Also, happy birthday goes out to Justin Herbert, quarterback. He was born in, he's just a youngster, born in 1998. Let's go over some local birthdays here. We've got happy birthday this morning on this Monday. Goes out to Rhoda Williams. Janet Bigham turning 65. Brian Meta is having a birthday. Kim Smith is 64. Adam McDougall is 43. Woody Butler turning 71. My buddy Bill Reed, happy birthday to you. David Maddox is 43. Spencer Houston having a birthday. Also happy birthday to Jesse Leith, celebrating a birthday. Blake Osteen is 31 years old today. Luke Rawlings turning 42. Samuel Campbell having a birthday. My old buddy Wade Knutson is 47 years old today. Dylan Morgan having a birthday, turning 28. Teresa Lynn, happy birthday to you. Zane Fry, a lot of people having birthdays. Zane is 50. And that's it for today. Happy birthday. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. And thanks for listening to the Zack Owen Show. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with more music, so stick around.
Dive into adventure with scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who've dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater journey. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com. your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at bizchair.com to transform your business. Level up your game with Corsair, the global leader in high-performance gear for gamers, content creators, and PC enthusiasts. From award-winning PC components to premium streaming equipment, smart lighting, and esports coaching services, Corsair delivers an ecosystem designed for peak performance. Whether you're a casual gamer or a pro, alleviate your setup with Corsair. Shop now at Corsair.com. That's Corsair.com. Corsair. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed, premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands online with innovative web hosting solutions. Trusted by over 2 million users, we're the longest-running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, you get a safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open-source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today and take your website to the next level.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Back live, Backyard Bar Stage, the Grill downtown Waco, having a good time on a Monday morning. Going to be a beautiful day, sunshine, 72 and light wind. Today is one of those days to golf, fish, play tennis, do something outside. Maybe work in the yard. I noticed several neighbors in my neighborhood out over the weekend, even though it was very chilly and windy, already starting to do spring work in their yard. I'm going to put mine off to the last minute. Is what I'm going to do. I do want to tell you about Weichert Realtors, one of our major sponsors. In fact, the major sponsor of the Zack Owen Show. If you're looking to buy or sell or talk to Charles, who was with us earlier, please give me a call. And I can help you buy, sell real estate. I have a beautiful house that I did an open house at yesterday. It's at North Shore Circle. And you're saying, where's that? It's at Lake Waco Golf Course. It is a gated community on the golf course. And this home is a beautiful home, over 2,500 square feet of living. It is 3-bedroom, 3 full bath, 2 half baths, a sunroom, and it's priced to sell. So please give me a call, see if I can help you with that. If you're looking for a buyer rep, give me a call, 652-1813. Lucas John Turner is my guest this morning with great music. I want you to tell me, you were talking earlier about your dad and Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Growing up and in your early, you're still a youngster to me, but in your early youngster days, 15, 16, 17, 18, who did you like to listen to? Or maybe you still love listening to them today?
Yeah, that's a great question. So thinking about those times, really, I'm thinking Nirvana, the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, kind of more edgy. My friend was kind of starting to get me into that kind of stuff. Fugazi, Gorillas, stuff like that. It's like I was even so young, I didn't realize how good the music was. I just liked it because my friend liked it. And we would go skateboarding together. Shout out Marcus Nuncio. He's the drummer from Rat Boys, Chicago, Illinois. Great band. But I lived next door to him, and we went camping all the time, and we would skate every day. And he'd meet me at the bus stop when I was just a little kid, and he'd just kind of take me under his wing, and you know, I'd kind of show him some of my hippie stuff. And his dad was a musician, and I just remember all the time he would come in and just like stop practice and be like, "This is how you play a power chord. Like you're not doing it right." And we would play "I Want to Be Sedated" by the Ramones, and just until we got it right. And that was some of my really early stuff. And it's so weird because like my family is like all kind of hippie 60s 70s kind of stuff, but I don't know, for whatever reason I just started going more towards that kind of harder rock stuff. And even now I'm even not really a hard rocker.
Right.
I mean, I can rock, that's for sure. But that was kind of that was all that kind of heavy kind of 90s alternative kind of stuff.
Back about probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we had a singer on, a couple of guys. And so back in the early 70s, mid 70s, maybe, I listened to rock, and there was a particular band that I really liked called the James Gang.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking about it. It's weird how I was thinking, and the guy goes, and Mike, you might want to try to help me. The guy says, "Well, I used to be in the James Gang." And I go, "Oh my God, I loved that band back in the 70s. He said, "Yeah." And then he played with another band that was popular too. But to think back to my younger days and go, "God, this guy played for the James Gang."
Yeah, that's incredible. Incredible stuff.
Right here on stage in Waco.
Yeah. It's wild, man.
All right. You got another song picked out for us?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to go ahead and do I'm going to do one off the new album, kind of why I'm out here as well too. I got a new album called Somewhere in Between. It's probably going to be out June 1st, hopefully, and been working really hard on it. And this is the first album that I'm actually, every single song on the album I'm just so excited about. I feel like they belong on the album, and I feel like this is finally a piece of work that represents me and my music. And
oh, that's great.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier you were talking about 8 tracks and taking long bathroom breaks and the vinyl. So this one's coming out on vinyl record as well too. So
Sweet.
you can pick that up. And yeah, we're gonna go back to physical medium and all that stuff. So here we go. It's called Wings of Time.
Mike and I have on burgundy today. We didn't wear the tie-dyed psychedelic shirt like you. You should have told us you were going to wear that. We would have wore ours. I love it.
Hemingway's gear on, guys. Hemingway's.
I love it.
I didn't even want to do this because I don't want to blow up my spot. But there you go, man. If you know, you know.
That's incredible. I love it. So tomorrow, Mike, we need to wear our crazy shirt tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, I've got on the show, the first hour, the 8 o'clock hour, I have got Matt Blackwell, who is the owner of Locals Love Us, the magazine that talks about locals and so forth. Matt's going to be in. And then my buddy Josh Barnard is going to be in to sing music in the 9 o'clock hour. That's coming up tomorrow. All right, Lucas, I got to tell you, I've got some country history right here I want to share with you.
Excellent.
And you may recognize some names, you may not. But one of them I'm going to throw at you. You'll go, wait a minute, he's not country. But in 1979, he made his first appearance at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. He was not the first non-country act to perform at the Opry, but he brought a lot of attention to it. A lot of crazy TV and so forth was brought forward. Guess who it was? Any clue?
Oh man, non-country artist at the Opry.
Way opposite end of non-country. I mean, he's way over. The late great,
old or new? Sorry,
James Brown.
Oh no way!
James Brown appeared at the Grand Ole Opry. I cannot.
Yeah.
You would have never guessed that.
Never.
1979, 1986. The great Waylon Jennings released his album "Will the Wolf Survive?" came out. In 2000, Vince Gill married Christian music singer Amy Grant. That was a big thing because she had been married to Gary Chapman, the singer, and of course Vince had been married to one of the Whites, the name of the group, country music. So that was a big shakeup. In 2003, Johnny Cash was admitted to the Baptist Hospital in Nashville. He was in there for treatment for pneumonia. And this is the day that changed the history of the Dixie Chicks. It was on this date in 2003, while playing in London at a concert, lead singer Natalie Maines said she was ashamed of the president of the United States and that he is from Texas. Of course, that happened during the Iraq invasion. President Bush was living just outside of Waco in Crawford. It did not go over well. And I will tell you, Lucas, that at the time I was program director of radio station, and I immediately selected, it was my call to pull the Dixie Chick songs because of that, because of Fort Hood, because President Bush was here, the whole 9 yards. And we never played a Dixie Chick song until I left a year ago. But of course, radio stations all over America followed.
Right.
And that was kind of the downfall of the Chicks.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, you can't even say Dixie Chicks now. It's just the Chicks, and they've been through so much stuff, man. I mean, I don't even know what to say really there. You know?
And you know
dig
what?
your own grave sometimes, and you got to, yeah.
Exactly. I love the Dixie Chicks. I love their music.
Me too.
They were just, you know, they were kind of, the Dixie Chicks were kind of the Jelly Roll or what am I trying to say? Anyway, they were hot.
Huge.
They were huge.
Yeah.
The Taylor Swift.
There you go.
Of the late 90s.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame that they just shot their foot off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, but anyway, they're still touring. I think they just go by the Chicks now.
Exactly.
But anyway, it happened on this date. It's hard to believe. 22 years ago is when that happened.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take just a little short break. We're going to come back, get more music. Lucas John Turner is our musical guest today, doing a fantastic job. Back right after this.
Are you ready to take your real estate career to the next level? Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, Weichert Realtors, the Eastland Group, is the place for you. At Weichert, we provide cutting-edge technology, personalized coaching and training, proven systems to help you succeed, all in a positive, drama-free atmosphere. Our team is more than just a real estate brokerage. We're a family dedicated to growth, support, and real results. Call us today to schedule a meeting or visit theeastlandgroup.com to learn more.
Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Sheridan Vasquez, and this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Want to turn your passion into profit? With Blogify, creating a blog has never been easier. Build, customize, and grow your site with powerful tools designed for beginners and pros alike. Start sharing your story today and watch your audience grow with Blogify. Visit blogify.ai today for a free 3-day trial. That's Blogify, Blogify.ai today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Stay connected no matter where you are with eSIM-X. Say goodbye to expensive roaming charges and physical SIM cards. With access to over 200 global carriers, we make mobile connectivity seamless and affordable for travelers worldwide. Join the future of communication today at esimx.com. That's ESIMX.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Easy Sun has been living fearlessly under the sun since 2016. Born from sailors' need for convenient sun protection, our mineral sunscreen is crafted with natural ingredients offering broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. Safe for your skin and the environment, stay protected on the go with Easy Sun, your ultimate sun care solution. Visit EasySun.com today. That's EEZYSUN.com.
Visit RogueMediaMusic.com for more music.
Zack Owen Show brought to you by Weikert Realtors, the Eastland Group. If you want to buy or sell, now's the time to do it. Just reach out to me, and I promise you, the voice of real estate will take care of you. Give me a call. I had an open house on Sunday. I went and showed a property in Marlin, downtown Marlin, this past Saturday. But anyway, give me a call. Let me know. I had a true experience, Lucas, Friday, something I've never done and truly was an experience. My girlfriend and I went down and became members and went shopping for the first time at a Costco. You talk about crazy. That was almost as crazy as the first time I ever went to IKEA. That was crazy. But yeah, I went to Costco and now we have 62,000 rolls of toilet paper at my house. It's crazy.
Man, I remember the first time I went to Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Just getting stuff for a hot dog joint that I was working for, man. Oh my God. It was wild. It was wild, man.
That's right.
Do we really need that much stuff? Like,
yeah, you're so right. But anyway, that was my experience. We did that on Friday. And also afterwards, we stopped in Salado at Lucy's Ice House.
I love it.
And Tyler was there and her mom treated us so good. Had some great, I had seared ahi tacos that were to die for. I just got back from Hawaii and they were better than what I got in Hawaii.
Wow.
And on stage, Joel Wood. On Fridays, they do throwback and they play only 90s country.
Nice.
He plays that. So he did a great job. So thank you to everybody at Lucy's Ice House in Salado. And I ran into a friend that I first met. Get this. I first met this guy. Either it was 2008 or 2000. I think it was 2009 in Iraq.
Oh, wow.
He was a PAO, Ben Danner. And later I ran into him in Afghanistan when went to Afghanistan. And then, of course, he retired. But Colonel Ben Danner, who lives in Salado, I ran into he and his wife. I haven't seen Ben in a long time. But anyway, it was great to see you the other day. And again, always say thank you for your service. He's a retired colonel now, but super good guy. Lucas, you got another song you want to do for us, buddy?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to go ahead and do a version of Linus and Lucy by the Peanuts. You were talking about guitar playing skills. So
yeah,
I'm just going to shut up for a little bit. Here we go.
I love it. I knew a while ago, just from the very start, that you were a very, very good guitar player. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Giving us that. Hey, right now, are you a sports fan at all? Do you follow any particular sport or
You're
team?
damn right I am. I am a diehard Cubs fan. My mom is a big Cubs fan, and my dad's a, hockey guy,
Yeah,
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks.
Yeah, so we're kind of like hockey and baseball, that's kind of thing. Chicago Bears, just all Chicago teams and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, our main thing is baseball, man. I mean, we just can't get around it. My grandma's a big fan. My mom's a big fan. It just kind of runs in the family. So just, by proxy, I'm like, all right, let's go to the game. And so I kind of really didn't get it at first, but then, after the years I've kind of figured it out. And,
right.
I just love the game. I mean, I love the fact of like there's superstition and stuff kind of in the game. If you wear the wrong underwear, your team's going to lose. And that's like, there's just so much camaraderie. And then as well as like the physical, abilities to play the game. And, I'm not a huge sports guy. I mean, but I actually do like it. Yeah.
So do you have any feel for this year's season? How they're going to do?
Not good. Just like every year. Not good.
Hey, he's honest, right?
Yeah, they're not going to do good. When you start to get used to it after a while. The crosstown rivalry is always really fun. And you just kind of get used to them kind of sucking. So you drink a lot of beers and you just kind of get through the innings. But I can tell you right now that I remember exactly where I was when they won the World Series. I was working at a deck medic, and I remember like having some gray stain because I was staining decks, and I put a big W in my '98 Corolla right on the dashboard. And even in the suburbs, because I'm from Mundelein, Illinois, even in the suburbs, everywhere you went, people were honking their horns all the way from Chicago all the way down Lake Michigan. It was really really fun to be there, to remember where you were. And you probably have some stuff like that too. You gotta remember where you were, what you were doing when they won.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah.
We're going to get more music. Lucas John Turner coming up. Right now, we're going to check in with sports right after this from Waco Escape.
Today's edition of Rogue Sports Check-In is brought to you by Waco Escape Rooms. 711 Washington Ave, Waco, Texas, 76701. Phone 25429-47550. WacoEscape.com.
I'm Zach Burke with your Rogue Sports Update. All 3 Texas NBA teams in action over the weekend. The Rockets, victorious Saturday night over the Pelicans. The Spurs and Mavs, not so much. The Spurs fall to the Timberwolves, while the Mavericks, entering Sunday's game with 9 healthy players, at one point in time saw that number dip all the way to 6. Now have 7 current healthy players on the lineup as they call up some guys from G League to play host to their game tonight when they take on the Spurs. In the NFL over the weekend, the Steelers making a lot of noise as they traded away a second-round pick for DK Metcalf to bolster that offense. But it looks like that Pittsburgh might not be finished yet. The Steelers' name is brought up in rumors of where Aaron Rodgers might wind up next season. The duo of Justin Fields and Russell Wilson led the Steelers to a 10-7 record last year. But it seems like the Steelers might be all in as they make the move for DK Metcalf and might now be looking to add more offense in Aaron Rodgers. On the Pete Souza Show today, we have college basketball covering up, as well as women's basketball and the tournament right around the corner. We will have a guest breaking down women's college bracketology. We'll dive into that. And also the HBO hit series White Lotus as we dive into some pop culture there. All that and so much more on the Pete Souza Show coming up at 10 o'clock. This has been your Rogue Sports Update.
Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill, that's where we are Monday through Friday. In the morning, 8 until 10 o'clock live, but you can go back anytime, a week from now, a year from now, and anywhere you get a podcast, whether it be Apple, Spotify, etc. There's probably 10 or a dozen places you can find podcasts. Please go back. You can search and find by musicians. You can say, I want to see the Huser Brothers. I want to see Lucas. I want to see Jason, whatever. And we did find out the name of the guy was, what was it? Bubba? It was Bubba and Sauce. Bubba and Sauce was the 2 guys that performed on stage. But Bubba Keith and Bubba played with the James Gang. But anyway, you can check them out anytime. Go back and check that out. Speaking of checking out, we have our Zach and Jim Travel Club. And I announced last week that we were able to keep selling more trips. We thought they'd pull it from us and raise the price. But you can still go at the low price on our Travel Club trip number 45. Can you believe we've done 44 of these trips? We got 45 coming up July 31st. This is a 15-day, 11-port cruise. You'll motor coach up to DFW, so you don't have to drive or pay to park. We'll fly round trip. We'll have motor coach over there in Athens, Greece. We'll spend the day and a night in Athens, includes your hotel. Then we'll go to the cruise ship. We'll get on board the next day. We'll cruise Greece, the Greek islands. We'll stop multiple stops in Croatia. And then we're going to end up in Venice, Italy, one of my favorite places. I've been there many times. We'll have a day and a night, hotel included, in Venice to tour all over there, and then we'll fly home. This includes all your cocktails on the cruise, your Wi-Fi, tips. Everything is included in this great vacation. We've got now over 70 people booked to go with us. So call over to Bambi or Cherry, anybody at Alan Samuels House of Travel, 776-2560. We've got singles, young, medium age, older age people going with us. Come with us and have a great time. That's coming up July 31st. Lucas John Turner is our musician today, and he's doing a fantastic job. The first ever instrumental on the Zack Owen Show. Hey, I've asked this to everybody, so I got to ask you, if your cell phone was to ring right now and you had to say yes immediately whether the person is alive or dead, who would it be that you would say yes to going on a world tour and opening for them? Who would it be calling you? What band? What singer?
Prince, but my skill level, he'd be upset because I can't play his. And if you see any interviews, he worked his backing band and his stuff. Some of his sound checks were legendary. Just the sound check. So Prince right away. Bob Marley and the Wailers, of course, just because he's a legend and his music has just really, gone long after he was gone. And I feel like that's kind of why we do this in general. We want to be heard in some type of way and form. And he really embodied that love and light and positive energy and just had such a good outlook to spread to people. So yeah, Prince right off the bat, Bob Marley, and then somebody alive. If you're watching this, Dr. Dog, if you're hearing this, one of my favorite indie bands, Dr. Dog, I'm available. Scotty, let me know. I love Dr. Dog. They're one of my favorite bands. And yeah, if they call me right now, I would be out there in a heartbeat. And there's such a positive message with their music as well. And they were the first band that I heard that I just wanted to hang my guitar up. I was like, they've done everything I've already wanted to do. Yeah. I'm going to have a good one. And that's it. So yeah, great question again.
Hey, all I can say about Bob Marley is, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Been to Jamaica many times. All right, last song. Lucas, what do you got for us?
Yeah, okay. Once I just want to say again, thank you so much for having me here, Zach. This is a great platform. I have a new album called Somewhere in Between. Thank you so much, Zach. Yeah, so we're looking at June 1st coming up. Album's called Somewhere in Between, and you can grab it on vinyl, and you can get it on digital distribution wherever you listen to music. And yeah, man. And
I love it. And are you on all the social media?
Yeah. You can look me up on Facebook, Instagram, Lucas John Turner, Jon. And I'll be doing a little showcase for South by Southwest coming up March 13th at the King Bee at 2:00. So if you want to make your way down to Austin and you want to join the camaraderie and you want to wait in traffic and you want to sit down there for South by, you're more than welcome. And also real quick, just want to say I'm doing a radio show, a fake radio show at Slow Rise on the Brazos every Sunday where you come out, we talk about music, we talk about your favorite songs, you tell me what songs you want to play, and I get to play local music and I get to play really whatever I want and we get to talk about it. So yeah, it's a really fun thing we do at Slow Rise on the Brazos. They got great food, pizza and wings and everything, and yeah, you can catch me there every Sunday as long as the weather's good.
Oh, that's a great place over there. I love it.
Yeah.
I was just there the other day.
There you go. Love it too.
Thank you so much, Lucas John Turner.
You too, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you again. I appreciate you guys. Till next time.
Lucas John Turner, our musical guest. Brian is here this morning. And did I ask this when you were on the show a while back? Did I ask you, like I said that when I'm out in public for years, they would look at you and go, "Oh, Zach and Jim." They didn't call me Zach. They say Jack. Do they refer to you as Sloppy Joe?
Sloppy Joe, backyard guy.
Backyard.
Jeremy.
That could be taken in different ways. Yeah, the backyard guy.
Exactly. Not backdoor guy. Definitely not. Or they'd call me Jeremy. I'm like, yeah, the 50-50 shot, and you missed.
And
but
now, are you Russell?
So I played a wedding this weekend in Fort Worth, and the guy comes up and goes, "Hey, I know you. You filmed at our high school a football show." I was like, "Did I have sleeves? It's like all my tattoos all down my arm that I got removed, and long hair?" And he's like, "Oh," I said, "It's the other guy."
Yeah.
He gets that a lot. Now, Russell's not a fan of that when they think I'm him.
Are you cowboy or lucky?
Yeah, unlucky. Cowboy and unlucky. Yeah,
I love it. Brian with Sloppy Joe in the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. This past weekend, a little chilly.
Yeah, it was.
A little cold, but we got some great weather ahead of us. What do we got coming up at the Backyard on the big stage?
Actually, man, this is a great week, another great week of entertainment. We do our Survivor Watch Party because we got a local hero that's still in it. So Survivor Watch Party here, those Wednesdays are pretty amazing, man. A ton of people out there watching on the big screen and interacting. Car and Truck Night on Thursday. Friday night, Jason Boland and the Stragglers.
Oh, man, I love
Actually,
Jason.
first time here.
Really?
Yeah, first time they played here. We always kind of missed on routing.
Wow.
And And also, that's Bird Dinsman's birthday. Friday is Bird's birthday, so we'll send an early happy birthday out to her.
She's finally going to be able to drink, turning 21.
Well, you got to be this tall, and she's almost there.
It's almost to ride this ride. You got to be.
So some great Texas country on Friday, and then Saturday night, other end of the spectrum, is some good old rock and roll, Tantric, Smile, Empty Soul. So we've got 3 bands playing some modern rock. Well, modern, 90s and 2000s anymore, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So great weekend of music, and then Sunday's always Sunday Funday up here. But yeah, we got some country on Friday, rock and roll on Saturday, so something for everybody.
Okay, if I was going to ask you over the next 3 months or 2 months, if there's one act that you say, get your tickets, who would that be? Say, get your tickets now.
Oh my gosh!
Which act you got coming up?
Okay, so if we're talking unsung, if you missed Eric Willis was amazing. He always is. He's great, but you can't get tickets to Ty Myers now. So I guess Hudson Westbrook or the 2 icons that are coming early next month, which would be Neil McCoy and Aaron Watson.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to say.
Aaron Watson do an HEB
commercial. Yeah. He didn't mention this. I was a little sad about that.
He didn't say anything about
because that's what the B stands for. HEB. It's hurry everybody backyard.
It's funny you brought up about Survivor and a cat. I've always been a big fan of The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Just because the places they go, how I love to travel. A girl from Waco was on it this season, and they got booted out the first race. I was very disappointed in you.
Yeah. I never get called for that show. I don't know.
Jim and I actually talked about it. We said that'd be pretty cool. We ought to apply for that. But then we figured out it would be a lot of physical stuff.
Yes. We need a show called The Amazing Rest, where we just kind of sit on the couch and go, I feel better. Do you feel better? Yeah.
Honey, bring me
Mom, more meatloaf.
More meatloaf. You want some meatloaf? Okay. All right, there you go, Brian. Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Check out the great shows this week. Jason Boland, this is going to be a big hit on Friday night.
Yeah.
The weather's going to be great. Hey, I miss you, Jim. That's going to wrap it up for us. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Keep the music playing.